Osnat is, you founded the Aeniagram Center in Israel, where you are training people to be Aeniagram coaches themselves. Currently you are part of the big global top 100 TNT transformation project from Holland. But then, was it 3 years ago, we invited Osnat to our team session in Spain. And we had 2 days equivalent to what we're going to have today. And talk about impact. It changed our lives, really did, and still has an impact every day today. And it completely changed our company. There's not a day that goes by without us talking about Aeniagrams. If I talk about our personal growth and private situations, but also business situations with clients, with ourselves, it is by far the most powerful tool. I read the book and quite a few of them, but it only really started to work when we were a few days with you. And of all areas you have, we say, if you have a hobbyist, they can infuse you. If you have a professional, you pay attention. But if the master speaks, you listen. And there are quite a few Aeniagram coaches around. But there's nothing like Osnat, we like to say.
We're talking about 9 types of strategies, 9 types of defense mechanisms, 9 types, 9 ways, possible ways of interacting with the world. For example, if we take type 6, the doubter, okay? Their point of view, for example, is that the world is dangerous, unpredictable, unreliable place. That's the glasses they got on, that they see the world through that glasses, okay? Usually, on the intellectual level, everyone agrees with that. Yes, I know, people are different, people see the world from different points of view, but in real life, if you'll ask, for example, type 6, my father is 6. If you ask him, tell me, do you see the world as an unreliable, dangerous place? What do you think he would tell me? What do you mean this is what I see? This is how the world is. It doesn't look like this is my glasses. It doesn't look like this is my point of view. It looks like that's the way it is. So I'm having glasses that I look at the world through it, but they are transparent. I don't see that. You get that? So if I don't see the glasses that I'm wearing, I cannot do this one. Now I don't see anything, but okay, and I also cannot change it and see it from a different angle. Once you know it's your own perspective, then it's easier to try to look at it from a different perspective. So the point of view of type 1 is that the world judges you and punishes you according to your behavior. So in order to get love, recognition, and success, you have to do the right thing, you have to be appropriate, and you must avoid mistakes. The strive is to be perfect and to get things into perfection. So I'm wondering, how do they know what's the right way or the right thing? Who told them? Like, where does it written? Like, how did they know? And according to them, there is only one way that it's the right way to do stuff. So I discovered they got a manual when they came here to this world, year 1, that everything is written here. And they think everyone got this book, manual, you know, and there is one way how to do things. And if everyone got this book and everyone will follow it, the world will be perfect. Everything will work out and everything will be effective. And why not? Why not to get there? So if they see that you don't follow the manual out of good intention, they will help you. So sometimes people experience them as very critical and start to push them away. But what people don't know about them, they criticize themselves much harder than you. They have inside their head an inner voice that we call them the inner critic that never stops, judges the same constantly. They can never wake up early enough before this voice. This voice wakes up before they wake up and waits for them.
Smile.
In a very young age, they realize that part of life, there is sorrow, there is pain, there are difficulties, there are disappointments, there are all these negative feelings. They didn't like it. I don't want to be there. I will be in the bright side of life. If I want to avoid pain and sorrow and all the sadness there, first of all, and main need is to keep my freedom. So if I'm free and my life is in my hands and I'm not obligated or committed to anything that is external, and I have total freedom, I will take care of enjoying life. Don't worry. Nothing is impossible is the seventh word of you. So we can create everything is impossible there. The abundance is all over, and we can make it. Sounds good? You think it's the easiest, right? Easiest life. Oh, they're so lucky. What a nice point of view. So let's talk about the price they're paying. Okay? So the most common question for the sevens, what's good in experiencing pain? Why should I experience that? Okay? So there are many levels of what's good in it, but the main one is that running away from pain doesn't never heal really the pain. So once you are in pain, you can heal it and go over it. But the seven, their main fear is not pain. The main fear is eternal pain. They think that if they will dwell in it, it's like a black hole that you will be sucked in and you will never go out. They don't see the light after that. That's why it's not so encouraging to go there. But once you understand that you carry during your life so much unfinished business, how undealt pain and difficult emotions that never got the opportunity to really heal. Once they allow themselves not to run away, stop running away, then it will be available for them to see the opportunities to come up stronger, and they heal very fast, by the way, physically and emotionally. The healing process is really fast. And also there is much more stillness inside and ability to create stuff instead of just running away and go to the next thing and the next thing. They don't even know why they lose interest so fast. They think it's just boring, let's do something new, something exciting. But actually it's all running away from something I don't want to deal with.
I mean, so it's also very difficult for the environment if you see a seven in pain. It's very difficult to come to the pain because they for themselves say every sentence ends with
I'm okay.
But I'm okay, or I'm gonna be okay, or it will be okay, you know. So,
it made me laugh when you gave the example. I once was in a car accident and I went out with my friends, and only at the end of the night I said, oh, by the way, no, I can't go home in the car because I crashed my car. And they were like, you came in here and you had a car accident and you didn't tell us? I said, no, but I'm okay. It happened, you know?
So they see the world painted black and white with two kinds of people. There is the group of my aliens, my friends, people I can trust. And there is another group of the enemies. So the focus is, are you with me or against me? Are you on my side or the other side? There are two groups. If you are lucky enough to be in that group, you really can enjoy the confident of being in their space. Feel protected. They will do all the wars and fights for you, do anything for you, totally devotion. But if you are not lucky, and you are in the enemy group, what they perceive as enemy, sometimes it's real enemies and sometimes it's not. So the first thing you have to know, that there is no way back. So if you attack them or shoot them, they don't need to go to the closet. Look for their gun, it's right here. Okay? And so I'm ready. Whatever. So once you're here, it's really hard for them to regain the trust again. Okay, so they have a button that's called delete. So the work we are doing with aids is to manage their power in a way that they can choose which weapon I can use now. So maybe for this situation, Uzi is enough. I don't need a nuclear weapon now. But
I had a colleague, or actually she was my boss.
Well, we said some pleasant things about her funeral.
Ja, exactly. Dat is toch al, dat zegt het allemaal. Geweldig.
by the way, this is a common sentence. I had a colleague.
Yeah,
she was
And she stabbed me in the back. She was not straight to me.
That's stabbing in the back, you understand?
And yeah, behind my back she did a few things to get me in a different position. And
Is
I'm
she
not
alive?
No, well, it took me a year and then she was fired. But
They wake up and wear an armor. So the way they show up is strong, is assertive, is someone that you want to mess up with him. And this armor also hide and defend the weakest points.
I think my biggest fear is to be seen as weak, dependent also.
What's the problem with being seen weak? Why the aid resist that? The aid in you.
I think pity for me is the worst thing.
Yeah, me too.
What?
Yeah. What's the difference between being empathetic to you and pity? Like, is there a difference? It's okay. You're doing great.
Apparently, I'll trust you because otherwise, well, a lot of people that are here know that I'm ill and I will get better. So I've accepted that, but I still really fear to become dependent and to become ill, not so much because of the pain or because I can't handle it, but because I don't want other people to be with me in that state, even people that I love.
So how do you allow yourself to get supported by people? In what way?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And yeah, my husband can tell me like 100 times, I'm okay with that and I want to take care of you if you feel, if you're ill. But it's, for me, it's very hard.
So it's very hard for you to be dependent.
Yes.
But is it hard for you to be close and intimate with people?
No.
So the aid will interpret that as being dependent or needy. And the authentic soul can experience it as closeness and intimacy, or being vulnerable. It's being weak or it's being human. Once you realize that being vulnerable is being human and not being weak, the aid feels much more comfortable with that state. Without that opportunity, you don't let people express their love and connection with you, and you don't let yourself experience that.
Yeah.
So the way you are being now, you are not aware of how much powerful it is.
And we got some sevens cry.
I always get people that ask me for my help. For some reason, I know how to say.
You're being You have nothing to do with it.
It's like a magnet. In a conversation, it always gets to the certain point where I can be of help to the other, or to the group, or just mentally, if it's spiritually, or pragmatic. It's always I'm in favor of the other person.
Mm-hmm. So actually, I want to ask you a favor. If you're willing.
Yeah, of course.
So how did it feel when I asked, when I told you that I have a favor to ask? How did it feel?
I get cheerful. If I can help you, I get cheerful.
So it's not like a burden or...
No, not at all.
Not at all. So now you're disappointed that I don't have a favor to ask?
Well, it's not a big disappointment. But I would really want to make it happen. I won't stalk you. I won't.
What's the question?
I'm asking a question out of the head center, okay? And the answer is the two, because their heart type is in their heart. So it doesn't really matter what you say or ask or not, but if you keep the warmth in the conversation, no, thank you for offering what I really appreciate. It doesn't really matter to him what I'm saying. The other type is just to look for the motives. Don't look at the external behavior. There are situations that three people can behave exactly the same thing, but from a different motive. If you relate to people as their type, you actually miss the whole thing. If you relate to the type as a defense mechanism, then you always remember that behind that type, there is a soul, there is a person there. So there is a way to reach the authentic self, what we call the authentic self, and not to dance with the ego, and not to react to the ego. How to do that? Needs to learn, that's the dialogue with the ego, but for now, it's just important for us to know that we are not our type. It's not who we are, it's not something that defines us, it's just a strategy that we use.
I think this is a very special 1.5 days for me, for getting to know so many people at once, for getting to know a lot, learning a lot about myself, learning a lot about different shields or different sort of ways of looking at the world that I also recognize. On a more personal note, me understanding my 9 that I have for 22 years already and having some insights there is very, very valuable.
I really got so many insights. I can talk about it for hours. So it really feels like a turning point. Like every 7-ish, it opens a whole new world into the future. So I'm really, I feel I'm hungry to learn more.
I also want to thank you first, because it's, especially last night, it really touched me, the way you talked about the 5 and the way I could see it in my son, so that's actually the most beautiful thing I got from here.
I had bought a book on Aeniagram before and started reading it, but these 2 days I can throw the book away, because I mean, if you hear one personal anecdote or then you immediately understand the type so much
So
better.
for me, I read about it, I understood a bit about it, but when it came to life, it was more beautiful than I could have ever imagined.
I have quite a complicated family, I think, with a lot of people, and what you said yesterday, that you can unlock this security guard and then get to the authentic self behind it, is something that I think is very necessary.
I was a bit skeptical, to be honest, also, because having had my father and Ari on already for 3 years, telling me every time, yeah, it's typically a 4, and typically a 3, and I was, I must say, it really surprised me how much recognition there was continuously with people in the room, but also thinking about other people. And I think it's a deep and complex tool, great tool to develop yourself and develop others. For me, it helps that you are a master. You're above the theory, so it was very special for me. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's changed my life, but it will also change the life with the people I met, and I think that will happen to everybody who knows the Anagram. So, yeah, for me it's the eye-opener.
I'm very thankful for having the insights of the past 2 days. It will definitely help me helping others. That's good. But first of all, I think it will give me strength and insight to help myself in my needs.
Well, I think it couldn't be more perfect.
With introducing you, and I think everyone will agree with me that I didn't say one word too much. You have fundamentally changed my life, and you have changed all the people's lives I've seen you touch in the workshops, also afterwards with the one-on-one coaching, which by the way are extremely powerful. It is by far the most impactful tool for growth and personal growth, and just in the last one hour you feel yourself growing, and it's so empowering. It's so incredibly empowering. You get to know people, and you're basically on a journey for 1.5 days, and you will never forget. I will never forget these 2 days, 1.5 days. Yeah.